If you're over 35 and your hair is thinning, shedding, or just not growing the way it used to, I want you to do one thing right now. Stop blaming yourself. Because the truth is, most women are doing everything right and still watching their part get wider, their ponytail get smaller, and their brush collect hair like it's getting paid by the strand. And the worst part is the advice out there is either just take Biotin or buy this $80 serum or it's just aging. No, midlife hair changes have patterns, predictable ones. Today I'm going to show you the 5 hidden triggers that make hair thinning worse after 35 and a simple plan you can start this week to support stronger, fuller-looking hair. And yes, we're talking real solutions, nutrition, lifestyle, scalp habits, and a few stop doing this moments that could be sabotaging you. First, let's set one thing straight. Hair doesn't grow like a plant that just keeps going. Hair grows in cycles: growth phase, resting phase, shedding phase. When you're younger, the growth phase tends to last longer, and the shedding phase is quieter. But as hormones shift in your midlife years, especially around perimenopause and menopause, your growth phase can shorten and more hairs can enter shedding at the same time. That's why it can feel sudden. You wake up one day and think, this was not my hair last year. Now I'm going to walk through 5 triggers. And as I do, I want you to listen for the one that sounds like your life right now, because that's usually your starting point. Trigger number 1, blood sugar swings. This one is a big deal and almost nobody connects it to hair. If you skip breakfast, run on coffee, feel shaky by lunchtime, then crash at 3 p.m. and need something sweet, your body is living on a roller coaster. Those sharp spikes and dips send stress signals through the body, and hair follicles respond to stress signals. Hair is not essential for survival. So when your body feels unstable, hungry, stressed, inflamed, it shifts resources away from hair growth. The fix is not a crazy diet. The fix is stability. This week, your hair goal is not perfection. It's protein plus fiber in your first meal. Think eggs and berries, Greek yogurt and chia, a smoothie with protein and greens, anything that stops the spike crash cycle. Trigger number 2, chronic stress and cortisol. Here's the unfair part. In midlife, the stress you used to tolerate can hit harder. Not because you're weaker, because your nervous system is changing and your sleep is changing and your hormones are changing. High stress can push more hairs into the resting phase. And here's the part that messes with your head. The shedding often shows up later. So women say, nothing happened recently, but their body remembers. Here's the solution that works in real life. Not quit your job, not stop being stressed. 2 daily nervous system anchors, 10 minutes of walking outside, 2 minutes of slow breathing, every single day. That's it. Simple, boring, powerful. If you want your hair to feel safer in your body has to feel safer in your day. Trigger number 3, under-eating protein and minerals. I'm going to say this with love. A lot of women over 35 are unintentionally under-eating protein. They eat light, they snack, they have salad, they're busy. But hair is built from protein, and your follicles need minerals to repair and renew. This is why products sometimes feel like they do nothing, because you're trying to build a house with no bricks. So here's your simple rule for the week. Get protein at every meal and add one mineral booster daily. Mineral boosters can be things like pumpkin seeds, lentils, seafood, or mineral-rich foods. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Trigger number 4, scalp inflammation and sensitivity. This is where people go wrong in the opposite direction. They panic, they scrub, they overwash, they use harsh treatments. They try 10 new products in a month, and their scalp gets angry. Remember, your scalp is skin, and in midlife, your scalp can become more sensitive, drier for some women, oilier for others. If your scalp is itchy, flaky, tight, or overly greasy, that's information. It's not a character flaw. So what's the supportive move? Gentle cleansing, no nails, no aggressive scrubbing. Conditioner stays off the scalp. And if you're doing scalp massage, it's fingertip pressure, not scraping. 2 minutes, small circles. Consistency. And please hear this. Tight hairstyles are not your friend right now. If you're thinning and you keep slicking your hair into a tight bun to look polished, you may be putting extra tension on already fragile strands. You don't need to look perfect. You need to protect the root. Trigger number 5, sleep disruption. This is the one that sneaks up on women and then suddenly becomes their entire personality, because sleep changes in midlife are real. And your hair repair system depends on sleep. When sleep is broken, stress hormones stay higher, and growth signals don't fire the same way. So instead of chasing 10 supplements, start with 2 habits. Cut caffeine earlier than you think, and cool your sleep environment. If you wake up hot at night, your body is not recovering the way it needs to. Now, I want to give you a simple plan, because information without action is just stress with better vocabulary. Here's your 7-day hair support plan, not a miracle, a foundation. Step 1, stabilize mornings. Protein and fiber at your first meal. No more coffee and hope. Step 2, protect your nervous system daily. 10-minute walk, 2-minute breathing. This is your follicle insurance policy. Step 3, simplify scalp care. Gentle wash, no harsh scrubs. 2-minute fingertip massage. Low-tension hairstyles. Step 4, pick one hair-nourishing meal 3 times this week. Not every day, 3 times. Something like a protein bowl with berries, or a mineral-rich meal with greens. Because consistency beats intensity. And step 5, protect sleep like it's a treatment. Earlier caffeine cutoff, cool room, regular bedtime. Now, let's do the part that makes videos like this go viral. The truth you didn't know you needed. If your hair is thinning after 35, you are not broken. Your body is adapting. And hair is often the first place you see internal stress show up. Not because you're failing, because hair is sensitive. So here's what I want you to do. Comment one word that describes your biggest struggle right now. Shedding, thinning, dry, regrowth, scalp, sleep. I read the comments, and I'll make the next video based on what you're actually dealing with. And if this helped you feel more in control, subscribe. Because this channel is about real support for women in midlife with zero shame and zero fluff.